Hey guys, it's your girl Sunny D, 1/3 of the podcast GFT Radio Show.
What up, though? It's your boy Willie Styles from the GFT Radio Show. Just letting you know you can catch us every Monday night, 10 p.m. Eastern.
And to get some merch, I got some on right now. Go to teesprings.com/stores/GFT Radio.
Grown Folk Talk Radio. Join the conversation.
Hey guys, it's your girl Sunny D. What the hell? Oh. Hey guys, it's your girl Sunny D. Welcome to tonight's show. It is December 21st, 2020. Willie D, want to say hi? No, yeah. Well, I don't know what Willie's doing, but I'm going to do the rest of the stuff. If you're tuning in right now, you're either watching through Twitch, YouTube, or Facebook. And if you're catching the playback, you're catching on all the places that are other platforms that we host on: Blog Talk Radio, Stitcher, Hey LaKilla, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts. This is a bunch. I can't think of it right now because Willie didn't put the banner up, so I can't remember all of it. Of course, Blog Talk Radio, SoundCloud. Of course, you can catch it back on YouTube, and you can go to our website where we'll post it later. So you can always catch the playback there. If you want to support the podcast, you see what I got on. I don't know if I'm bright, so you can see I got one of our logo hoodies on. So go to teespring.com/stores/GFT Radio. Cop some merch, support the podcast while we support you by bringing you all this great content and stuff. You can all this entertainment that we're giving y'all. That's support us. Everything costs, so all the support and money goes towards that and what we're doing here to present shows to you guys weekly. And then throughout the week, because Willie hosts his Styles Takeover, we'll have more stuff coming into the new year. So you'll see more of us throughout the week. So, Willie, you want to say hi?
All right. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
All right. What up, though? It's your boy Willie Styles in the building, having some technical difficulties on my side, but I think I got them all together now. Had to figure out how to broadcast from one place and then produce on the other side. So,
so you like how we be at work with the two computers?
Yes, indeed.
Okay.
Yeah.
But we got a great show lineup for y'all today. So this is gonna be dope. We're gonna be taking discussions from the group Join the Conversation, or Join the Conversation group on Facebook. We post we and along with the members of the group, they post different topics, different questions, and group members answering them. So we're gonna be like picking and choosing which questions we want to answer live for you guys. Because if you're not in the group, which you should be, go on Facebook, look us up, Join the Conversation, and you'll see our logo there. And that way you're in the right group. And then add yourself. We'll add you, and you can join the conversation that we have continue from our podcast on Mondays and just throughout the week.
Right, no doubt. Yeah, the group is going very well, getting a lot of engagement over there. I don't know how many members we have now. I know the last time I checked about a week ago, there was like 125 members, mostly active members too. I think it was like 70 something active members. So, which is awesome, especially since we're just getting started. And then for the most part, discussing a lot of great topics. A lot of questions are being thrown in there. I think we're mainly sticking to just topics. We're not doing a lot of just preaching or nothing like that. I think we have a couple of posts on there.
Yeah, we kind of let, and I think that's what I think it needs to be like an open forum for different conversations. Like how we talk about things differently on the podcast. We talk about everything there. So like nothing, same way, same rules apply. No, there's no topic that's not going to be discussed. So always go there and join that conversation there, because we're either continuing the conversation from here, or we may be bringing up, like we may do what we do on our Instagram page, where we show little snippets of the show and let the viewers have a conversation from that, for those who didn't get to watch the full show. So, we always random with the show anyway. So
yeah, indeed.
I was looking at
the idea tonight is to bring up some of these topics from the group, like Sunny said. Be able to discuss some of the topics that we may have already answered, but I tried not to answer too many this last few days, just so I have a few that I can just answer directly here on the show.
I've been trying to avoid answering all of them too, because when we do shows like this, we want to be able to like have fresh conversation, and if we do comment on some of the stuff, it kind of elaborate a little bit more than what we did on the status. So
Indeed.
that might,
Indeed. Yep. And update, we have 140 members now. So
yeah.
gotta love that. Gotta love that.
So do you have a question that you want to add, or do you want me to go first?
Yeah, you go ahead and grab a question right quick, and
Well, I want to grab that one of the questions that well, you and Dame posted.
Okay, which one is that?
The are we sucking? Are we in the toe sucking love thing?
Oh yeah, I didn't realize Dame had already posted that.
Yeah, Dame posted it this morning, and
Dame's
caption was hilarious. It said, "After watching this, what are you doing, or what are you willing to do for love?" And it just, and not even to the toe sucking thing. It brings me back, like when I read that conversation, even toe sucking is a no go for me. I'm not sucking no man's toes, but it brought me back to another conversation. So it's kind of like a bounce off that question. It was, you know how they always say, "Tap my name so I know it's real."
Right.
It brought me to that, like getting tattoos.
Oh, exactly.
Getting
like literally, what would you do for love?
Married or not?
Yeah, I did like that. Dame actually that's the one difference about his when he posted it. He mentioned what just in general, what would you do for love? And
that made me think of. I have so many friends that I don't want to say got pressured into it, but basically did it because that's how they prove their love to their spouse. Like, if you get my name on me, like, I know my son dad got my name on him.
Oh really? Oh
yeah,
okay.
He got my nickname, not my first name. I said it would have been a little more legit if you put my first name, because my first name is uncommon.
You really trying to stick?
No, I'm just saying, if he gonna do it how you like. He got somebody else's name. He got a couple other names on him, but so if you're gonna put my name,
he's a
my name is not a common name. Yeah,
wait,
my name
is a habitual name
tatter. Huh?
He's a habitual name tatter.
No, he got I think he got one of his other baby moms' name on him. Even though I met him before everybody. I met them before baby mom and wife.
Really? Okay.
But my thing was I didn't actually do it.
Let's play the video real quick, and then we'll get into my response, because like you said, you pretty much it's pretty much a no for you. So let's let Kev on stage introduce this topic.
Are you guys sucking your man's toes when they look like he can rip for a living? Are you committed to love? Are you ready to do this? Look at how much she loves him. He said, "Will you suck my toes?" She said, "I'll suck your toes. I ain't gonna make me no never mind. I know y'all turning y'all nose up. You know, some people's toes are busted and disgusting. I ain't never really asked for my toes to be sucked like this. I just feel away. But this man, he don't mind it. She don't mind. Would you do this for love? Are you sucking toes for love?
All right, so
I hate him and I love him, because the way he be doing these questions, yo, he had me, it's hilarious.
Right. Yeah, so I mean, like you said, you know, how far are we really willing to really go for love? Are we willing to suck toes? Are we willing to get tatted? Are we willing to do other things? And I mean, for me, yeah, the sucking toes part, I mean, I don't need no woman sucking on my toes. It's just not me. I don't need that. I'm not about to reciprocate. Have I done it?
So you're not a toe sucker? Because most guys are.
No, I'm not about, like, I've gone to the point of
I've maybe possibly touched the toe.
Yeah, I might have kissed a toe. I might have kissed a foot. I've never sucked on one. I've never I've sucked the ankle before. I've done.
I don't believe how you suck it. You know what? That's yeah. I'm about to share our live feed in the group, but you might. I can't with you. You said I might have. I can't.
Yeah, I'm just saying. But I think that the extents that we will go for love can be extreme sometimes. Like you said, you know, people have gotten tattoos. Some people have gotten piercings. Some people have done, you know, certain types of sexual things. You know, they're like, I'll go to these extents just to please this person, the domination, and then, you know, all kinds of different I'm not going to call it weird because it could be somebody's thing.
I said that and then I regretted saying it because I feel like you can't really like, and even when I equate stuff to being nasty. Now peeing and shitting on somebody, that's a little bit nasty, but I feel like anything as far as sexual, whatever that person likes is what they like. So if that's what you like, that's your wave. I'm not gonna tell you like, oh, you shouldn't be doing that. That's what you do. I may not partake in it, but that's what you do. I'm just not involved in that. Like I'm just not gonna fucking do it. And you can't convince me to do it. Like I'm just not.
Right.
Like that's not my way.
Yeah, and I think that if you're willing to go to the lengths that person,
Jim Animal, JQ, John Q. Yeah, like that's not for me. That's not the wave. I'm not. If some man tell me to pee on him, I'm go. Because first of all, I got a shy bladder. I couldn't even pee in front of military people. So let alone sit there and pee on you.
Jim Animal? Yeah, Keela says that she's extreme, and and some people will take it to that extreme because they want to show that kind of love to the person, that kind of dedication. It's dedication.
If I love you enough, I'm going to suck on your balls because I don't do balls.
You said you want to do what?
I said if I love you enough, I'll suck on your balls because I don't suck on balls. I'm not about to do it. So I'm not a ball person. So if I touch your balls with these lips, I love the fuck out of you because I don't do that.
Okay.
Ain't no teabagging or nothing.
One of the commenters. One of the commenters in the group mentioned that they would like that, right? That they would like to have their toes sucked. And so a counter comment was like, "Would you rather your toes or your balls?" Right? So it was just like, okay. And I think that for me, I definitely take the latter. So I'm definitely. I don't touch my toes. Don't even look at my feet. I usually have my socks on anyway, So I'm not with that. But like Keela was saying, she's extreme. She will take it to that next limb, and I think that's that dedication. And like she said, she'll compromise for love, right? And sometimes that's important because a person.
If I love somebody, I don't know.
They may need that compromise. They may need that, and it may not be sexual. It may be compromising. Living in a certain area. Like I'm willing to move. I'm willing to move to Florida for my fiance, right? Not a lot of people, especially Black people, trying to move to Florida. So I'm going to make that compromise. Because
I don't know, because that's why I thought about that while in dating somebody that doesn't live necessarily where I live at, not that far, but a little bit away. It's like, would you move? Like first of all, like look at it like this. I just bought my house. You bought your house. I got a certain thing where I got to stay in for 5 years. So we might be living here until I'm ready to go.
She said she personally don't like toe sucking done to her or to do it. And that's the thing. It's like you may make a compromise on something. You may make a compromise on something that you don't want to do or have done either. Somebody might say, I want to do this to you, and you'll be like, all right, I'm gonna let you do it, but I really don't. I'm really not into it. And
I have one thing in particular that I tell people that they think that's the go-to for all girls. Like I'm gonna do this to this girl, and she like all girls like this. I'm gonna do this, and this, and she gonna be into it. And it's like, no, I'm not. And they be like, yeah, can I do it? I'm like, you can do it. It just ain't gonna do shit for me.
Pro tip from Jim Animal. He said, don't be sliding around in the socks. He said, you got to put your shoes on the wrong feet for better grip. I'm using that.
You know what?
Pro tip. Thank you, bro. I appreciate that. Appreciation.
You know what?
Didn't know about that. I didn't know about. See, I'm still learning. I'm still young in the game.
You know what?
All right. Oh, Keela said she's got 3 names tattooed on her. Now
I got my mother and my kids' name. I got 3 names too. They're my mom and my kids.
So no, for me though, tattoos are a no. Because I feel like if you get a name tatted, think about all the names you got tatted on y'all. Y'all got 6 names between 3 of y'all, or the 2 of y'all. Your old boyfriend got like 15 names on him. How many of y'all are really with the person that's tatted on you right now? None. Maybe one. Maybe Keela. Keela might be with one of the dudes that's on her. But that's the thing. I swear, getting the name tattooed is like
I'm with my son. His name's tattooed on me.
On a relationship.
With my daughter, his name. Her name tattooed on me.
soon as you get a name tatted, it's a curse on that
That's why
relationship.
that's why I feel like it's like a done deal after that. It's like you just can't, like, I don't know, like, and I've dated guys who are like, yeah, you should get my name tattooed on you, or you about to get a tattoo, or you'll get my name. Like, the bitches, like, the only way I could possibly see myself getting a man's name tattooed on me if we married.
Right. Yeah. Well, yeah.
And I
Maybe.
like,
Maybe.
and I'm a
Maybe.
tattoo.
Then.
I got 6 on a man. I got 6.
Maybe then, but still, I would tell my wife, no, we're not getting names tattooed. I'm sorry, no. I was like, do you want a divorce? Because that's all that's gonna happen. Because as soon as we get our names tatted, I don't know what's gonna happen, but for some reason we're gonna end up being divorced because it's just not gonna work out for some reason. I don't know why. I don't know what it is.
I got 8 tattoos, and 3 of them is my kid's name.
Hold on,
I love
wait,
tattoos.
What? Did I know about this, Keela? That Leonard passed? When was that? Oh man! All right, that just shocked me a little bit.
Finding out stuff.
I don't know if you remember me when she was just a knee high to a butterfly. So, her one of her first baby daddies, Leonard. Oh no, I don't know if it was Leonard a baby daddy or just a really good boyfriend. I think it was just boyfriend. But I watched both of them grow up. So I don't remember knowing that he passed away though. That's, man, feel bad. No, so I did not know. Oh my God, I did not know this. That's messed up. Yeah. See, you can't be telling me this on the air.
Yeah, because he's gonna bust out and cry. Then I gotta hold the show down.
I know, right, man. All right.
What are you doing, Miss Fuller? What are you doing?
Yeah. So she said her ex was X1 was a friend, and then she said her and her baby daddies are just friends. Okay, so so she did the baby daddy thing like your baby daddy did the baby mama thing.
I ain't got
like I said, it's, man.
He's still waiting on me. He's still waiting on me to get his name tattooed on me.
Yeah, I don't see these tattoo relationships ever working out. I've never seen a tattoo relationship ever work out, ever. Yeah, well, no, I'm not.
And that's the thing. That's totally up to you. That's up to you. If you cool with it, there's exactly. No regrets. You did it because that's what you wanted to do. But like I'm saying, for me, I just know a lot of friends that do it and then they regret it.
Well, yeah,
for me, I'm just not doing it.
Yeah, that's
like
true. That's true.
My husband, there's no reason for your name to be on me.
Yeah, well, that's true. I'm not saying that I think people regret the name tats. I just think that the relationships never work out. They just you end up not with the person. You know what I mean? Now, if it's just a friend that you decided y'all gonna be, tatted up together, y'all gonna do friend tats, that kind of thing, or baby daddy, baby mama tats. I've never heard of that.
Friends go sour. Even friends go sour. I remember we was my former best friend and my current best friend, and we all 3 of us gonna get the same tattoo. That never happened. We eventually all stopped being friends with that person, and it was like you got tattooed. But for me, that situation, I probably wouldn't regret it because that was a 13+ year friendship. So I'm not about to regret if I had got a tattoo with all of us, and it was like symbolized all of us. Like that's like for me not throwing away pictures or not deleting pictures off Facebook. It's a memory.
Exactly.
So I'm not gonna be like, oh well,
she said hers possibly couldn't be rekindled. Okay.
I always like my baby dad, and he got his new thoughts. So
Keela, like I can still put it on him. I can get him back.
Always get him back. That's the thing.
She's like, your name on me, so I can get you back if I want.
So I guess the reply. So my name on him. So
right,
and you can come back because you got to justify with my name on you.
So that's my thing too. It's like, are you at a point with that person when you get them tatted on you? Are you at that point where you're like, that's gonna be the love of my life for the rest of my life? Like I'm never gonna not love this person. I'm never gonna not be in love with this person or their energy or what we had is never gonna be a thing. I want to say that's probably
what it is.
Get at that point where you will allow that to happen, right? Is that true? Is that when you allow that, like you said, the 13-year friendship, you're like, hey, we've been friends for 13 years. I feel like there's no going back. We always gonna be friends.
I would have never thought that friendship would have ended. That tattoo would be on me, and then people do cover-ups. I'm not about to cover nothing up. If I got it, I got it. It meant something to me, so I'm gonna keep it.
Right. No doubt.
That's just how I feel. Like I'm not gonna cover it up or anything like that, because then you get that if you had somebody's name on you, you meet somebody else and they don't like the fact that someone's name on you, you either gotta cover it up or get it off. Or you gotta argue a point about why you're keeping it.
Well, so this is a question for Keela then. Let's say you find a new man that you just are so in love with. and you're like, this is the one, we're gonna get married, and he's wanting to marry you. He feels like y'all are soulmates. Would you cover up one of those unregretted tats on his request? Would you cover up a tat that you got and that you're? If he told you to cover up Leonard, I think you would probably punch him in the face. But let's say he told you to cover up the daddy or to cover up the other ex. Would you cover up one of those two tats for a man that says he wants you to be his wife? So, because I think that also will come into play too, is that somebody may feel a certain kind of way. I don't think you can have an issue with somebody doing certain things for somebody else unless it's something that they want you to do and you regret or not, and you are like, I would never do this again. And they be like, let's say you were like, oh, I did do BDSM one time, or I did a threesome one time, and then your new man is like, oh, well, let's do that, and you be like, no, I'm just never doing that again. And then he might feel a certain kind of way, you know what I mean?
Yeah, or they want their name tattooed on you because you got everybody else's name on you.
Exactly, but in the tattoo situation, I think that would be a little harder to argue with, right? It's like, how do you? Oh, here we go. So she says, I covered all except the baby daddy because of that very. Oh, got you. Wow. So she did. You even covered Leonard's up too? Okay, wow. Did you feel a certain kind of way about covering that up, or you just went ahead and did it because it was at the time it was just the right thing to do? I'm assuming that this must have been before Leonard passed. And then, but I just remember y'all two being like y'all were soulmates back then in the day. And said it would take after marriage to cover him. Okay. Yeah.
I could dig that. I could appreciate that.
And I think that when it comes to making consolations, for what you feel like at the time, that becomes one of those things. It becomes a challenge, or it becomes a what's the word? It's like it's definitely a compromise, but it's like it just makes it more of a challenge, right? You got to be able to get past those things. So she says it would take after marriage for her to cover up the baby daddy. So yeah, that makes sense. And she says, honestly, for me, it's just ink, meant more to my mate. Got you. Well, that's good. So
yeah,
you got a good disposition about it. And to a lot of people, I think it depends on their feelings on it. I think everybody might have a different opinion on it. But
don't take my word for it. I just feel how I feel.
Yeah, no doubt. Like I said, I wouldn't do it just because I feel like it would put a mar on the relationship, and out of just a sense of the relationship. I don't know why. It just that's all I ever see. I never see tattoo relationships work, so I never want to do them just because I feel like it would.
Except for Donna and Alex on Black Ink, because they both got them steak tattoos.
Okay, yeah. That's weird.
They got the T-bone because he liked T-bone steak, so they got T-bone steak tattoos.
Oh, really? Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow. What up, though? Shin Love was good. So Kiva says, brings back to how she loves extremely. Yeah. That is huge. If you're willing to cover up tats for somebody, especially, when you originally were like, what, I want this tat forever. And then the person was like, not with me. And you're like, okay, I'll go ahead and cover it up for you. You definitely are dedicated. That's for sure. That's a good quality to have. Speaking of good qualities to have, I want to go. Yes, Joy Jones. I am blasting you, Joy Jones. I'm about to send you the link because you definitely need to get on this show so we can ask you some questions, some personal, deep, dark, secret questions from the group, because I'm sure you've been on the group, but we're gonna get you on here. But the
what was the next question?
The next question I want to take from the group is the one, and give me a second. I got to get back to the group before I start sharing because my screen is all mixed up. Here we go. So there was a two-part question. There was, I love you too, Joy Jones. I love you too. Yes, you are very dedicated. So like I said, this is going to bring us to some, a two-part question that I posted. I also want to get into some rebuttals that I got in that thing from one of the commenters. And here it is. Okay, I found it. Give me 1 second. I want to share the screen and show y'all what the question is. So there was a 2-part question having to do with requirements. So my first question was, what are you requiring? Let me see if I can zoom in on here. I don't know why I got it so small. I got to excuse me. What are you requiring from a man in a relationship besides paying rent and a free meal? As well as, what are you, as soon as I can find it, what are you requiring from a woman in a relationship besides sex and cooking? All right. So those questions came up about, I don't know what Damon's asking there, but those questions came up about, or in another group, well, not really a group, somebody posted these questions. And it struck me because you hear these stereotypes used all the time. Like, men are saying, women just want me to pay their rent. And women saying, these men out here just want me for sex. Or these men out here just, they always complaining because I can't cook. Or that they think I should just cook, what they call it, a maid at the house, cooking and cleaning all day long. And the question that the other person posted was like, men, why are you looking at women? It's just sex and food resources. And then women, why are you looking at men? It's just a come up, And so I was like, what are we requiring out of these relationships outside of these stereotypical gender roles, right?
Yeah. Well, I would like a guy that can cook, because I can cook. I need you to cook too. That's a requirement.
No doubt.
Because
no doubt.
I want to take days off and I want to eat good food that I don't have to cook myself. Sometimes I'll be tired. Two, like some cheeks on a regular basis. It's not hard. I mean, you can help pay the bills, but I need some cheeks. I need the opposite. Give me some food and give me some balls of PP, and we're good. No, I'm only playing. No, but I need. No, on a real note, I want you to cook. I require that you cook now because
Right.
I'm always cooking, and I will require you to be. I want to say consistent, but not necessarily consistent. It's another word I want to use. It's another word I want to use, and I can't think of it right now. Stability. I guess I'll say stability. Or, no, I'm not even going to go there. I'm going to say emotional support and cooking. I'm going to need you to, I'm required those two. Okay, not Mr. Fix It, but like be emotionally available for me to be able to, without you trying to fix everything. But also cook for me. Like, food is the way to my heart. So if you cook, I'll love you forever. I just told somebody, inbox somebody, I said, can I pop in a side chick? And he was like, what? He was like, what? Because he's married. And I said, I need that food. You keep posting food all the time. And I'll be hungry. And I'll be seeing your food and I'll be hungry. So I need you to send me a plate. Like, I need you to, can you talk to your wife about sending me plates? Like, we'll figure it out. I don't want nothing else. I just need plates.
Right. Yeah. I think the biggest thing, especially what I saw in a lot of the comments, was, people definitely want stability. People want consistency. They want people in their lives that are going to be, I won't say the same as what they did when they were dating, but be consistent with the love, right? Be consistent with the actions, right?
Mm-hmm.
And especially when it comes to, I'm gonna post this. Oh, no, I can do it.
Of course, nobody wants to stick in the mud. We gotta listen. You gotta be silly. I think that's required of men too. Make us laugh. Be retarded. Like, I need a little bit of an asshole. I gotta have like somebody with a hint of asshole with them, because you gotta challenge me so we can talk shit and crack jokes. And you gotta be a little bit of an asshole. So I know that if I'm just being an asshole, like, hey, you being an asshole, like, you're not gonna be one too. Just a little bit, sprinkles.
Right.
Like a hint of pain.
Right. No doubt. Yeah. So Jim Animal says he requires his wife to make him laugh, to keep a sense of humor. Yeah, exactly. Nobody wants to stick in the mud. No doubt, that's for sure. What I do want to pull up is a buddy of mine. He posted. Here it is. So he posted basically.
Shinlo, we know you are retarded and petty. we the GFT radio as a whole agrees with that statement. we approve that message.
So we approve that message. No doubt. So this one summed it up for me. So a buddy of mine, he says that he wants a woman that's nurturing, a different perspective, resilience, patience for a hustler's schedule, someone who understands her happiness starts with her.
Yeah.
Ding, ding, ding. And understanding that understanding that I will be always caressing or squeezing some part of her body and have a healthy sense of humor. My woman got to have a way more than a healthy sense of humor. It's got to be a little dark too, because I get into some really crazy, funny stuff, and she got to be with it. Definitely, I'm a butt squeezer, a butt smacker. I'm definitely very affectionate. I'm always hugging. So my woman knows that I'm gonna slide up on her and just give her a good, nice hug in the middle of her doing anything. She could be on the phone.
Oh, you want those people?
Cooking, she could be cleaning up. She could be building a shelf unit. I might just tackle her. So and then
I'm weird. Like I'll do stupid stuff. Like you be sitting there and I just touch the tip of your nose. Like what the hell? I'm like, let me just. Like, what the fuck is you doing? I'm like, I don't know. I felt like your nose was like, let me just touch it. Like I'm weird like that, like just tip of your nose, or like I'll dig in your ear, or I just like touch close to your eye. Like I do weird shit. I got like randomly touch you on the stupid ass spots because doesn't make any sense. But I just
no doubt.
But like I should, or I'll put my feet on you.
Oh, okay. I'm with that. I love that kind of stuff.
And just randomly put my little ash feet right on you. Like, babe, feet ashy or not?
On an hourly basis, bro. On an hourly basis. That's how I do it.
You know what?
So yes, sir. That's our good brother Sean. And that's the thing, man. Sean is like my mentor. He's Sean. I learned everything. I learned how to be a good father from Sean. He learned how to be a good father for me too. But I learned how to be a good father from Sean. Learned how to be a good man, be a good husband, be a good everything. Because he ain't never been married before. He's still a good husband. So it's like that's why I said when I saw his response, I knew that was everything.
Exactly. The killer prioritizing is a big thing. I just read a comment in a group, probably the same group Willie was in, because we in like a couple groups together, and they were talking about we talked about last week on the show. Was it last week or one of your shows about prioritizing? Just like somebody said something about not wanting to be with somebody that's like they seem financially stable before they meet you, and all of a sudden when you're all together, all of a sudden they keep losing their place. They need money for this. They got all these problems. Like I said, I've been homeless. I lived in the shelter before. I ain't doing that shit no more. So if you already from the gate, a dating stage is your life's in shambles. I can't rock with you on that front, because I'm not ever about to lose my shit because you can't prioritize your bills. That's one thing, my main thing of not leaning on a guy for, is because I want to be maintaining, like, because I've been homeless, I don't ever want to be that way. So I'm not going to allow you to keep me down. So I'm make sure I can maintain. And that's one thing. If I lived with one guy my entire life that I was in a relationship with, and I was able to afford the bills without him.
Okay.
Because if he decided to walk out and leave, I was never going to be like, oh, I don't know what to do. I can't do. And even now, I can have somebody come live with me, but at the same time, I can still pay my bills and be good.
Right. No doubt. We just got Joy Jones on the show with us. Miss Joy Jones.
You muted. Oh, she unmuted herself.
Yeah, you're still muted.
Said Joy Luck Club. You know what?
Let's see.
That's a biggie. Prioritizing is like the top ranking thing. That's right there with financial stability.
Yeah, no doubt.
And that kills every relationship. That if you can't get your shit, your priorities right to be financially stable, I can't even rock with you, because I got that mindset of I'm not going back where I was.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
I done bought a house already, so like I ain't trying to be homeless after buying a house. That's an epic fail to me, and I don't got time for that.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, especially like you said, when you've gone through that, you definitely don't want to go back to that. You with us now, Joy?
I'm with
you. Hey,
y'all.
Justine.
Hey, Justine.
Hey, Sonny.
That's my cousin too.
Hey, baby, how you doing?
Wonderful.
I see you got the hookah going on.
Mr. Will, Sonny, I need you to have my back. He be trying.
I was just commenting on the fact that, you know, it's just a generalization. That's all. It's just a general.
I'm listening.
So no, but no, we're talking about what are we requiring. Now I know you know about this. You always give us a beautiful dissertation on requirements of
Maybe say
the.
dissertation. Don't do that to her.
So she always breaks
Thank
it down for us. So what are we requiring our mate to do in a relationship, in a real relationship?
I bring what I require. So I require and bring what I require. I bring what I respect and deserve back. And it's not about cooking and cleaning and the whole traditional thing, because at the end of the day, if we cohesively working together organically, it'll fall into play. Like, because
Exactly.
I'm a man that can cook, I can cook, but if we are busy, we're working, we both, you know, I'm a hustler, he a hustler. Sometimes we got to take out. Sometimes we got to, you know, some people don't believe in compromise. And compromise for me is everything. It's
No doubt.
how the relationship works organically. It's nothing about these or this rule and that rule or respect. If I'm not the woman that you want or the person that you respect, then I shouldn't be the person that you with. If it's not organic.
That's big
And
fact.
that's big. Yeah, that's huge. I mean, like, I think that a lot of times what people miss, the point that people miss sometimes is that we want certain things out of another person, but your point about
You can't even
bringing
give it back.
something and then having that reciprocated, that's huge, because a lot of times the same things that we're looking for are the things that we want to either improve in ourselves or we want and compromise with ourselves. You know, especially if you're like, I'm a builder, I'm a boss, I'm creating something. You want your mate to be able to either support that or to be with that, you know, to be your partner in that, you know, and more often than not, you want somebody to be your partner in that. If part of it is to support, they're still a partner, right? So I think that a lot of times the mismatches are when you're building and then they're staying stagnant, or when you're trying to maybe be more financially stable and they're spending all the money. You can't have these mismatches, because then you end up with strife and conflict, and you know.
I know quite a few people that be dealing with that. They're unequally yoked, if that's the term that people use a lot.
That's the best term for everything.
Like you're so, and like that's the thing. Like I'm with Joy 100% of, you want somebody to match what you're gonna give, but at the same time, I want somebody that's a little bit different than me.
Okay.
Because like for me, like my thing is, I'm not good with saving, so I want somebody that can teach me. Like, I can pay my bills. I ain't gonna lose my place or nothing, but I'm not good with like saving extra money or learning different things like that, like learning how to do it and save more money. Could save a couple dollars, but not like huge sums of money. So if they're good at that, show me how to do that. The same way I may be good at like a lot of people, like I have friends that still surprised I know how to fix shit. Like, I can fix stuff around the house, and they're like, "Oh, but you did that?" Like, yeah, I could do that. Not saying that you have to do that, but like on stuff that I don't know how to fix, you shouldn't. I would like for you to know how to. Not that you have to, but like, you know, like it's certain stuff around the house that I can do that's not necessarily a female's chores or not a female thing that most females would know how to do, and they usually call a man for, which I won't really bug you about that. But if it's a mouse in my house, better believe I'm gonna call you at 3:00 in the morning saying, "Hey, babe,
I need a woman.
You already
that's
know I
willing
can't
to
deal
go
with
in.
this shit. I need you to come save me."
I need a woman that's willing to go in and break that mouse neck and just do what you gotta do.
I'm not that, and I'm not that. Like, I'm a 1,000% tomboy, but I don't play with rodents and bugs. I'm gonna come get 3:00 in the morning. I will call you.
Period. No way.
You said what? What'd you say, Joy?
But yet and still, with, like, you know, to piggyback off what Sonny said, when a woman is already in position for certain things in her life, we're not looking for that person to come in and be the superhero in the picture. But that's what she's saying about saving money. If it's organically what it's supposed to be, and that person, because you need to attract you need to attract your strength. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If I got a weakness, that person's gonna be my strength. But if it's not organic, it's not gonna work anyway. He could be the best at saving money, but he could badger you about saving money. The
Yeah.
thing is, you gotta understand that person's personality and how they operate. And if you're not looking at a person intimately, and I'm not talking about sex, I'm talking about transparently, openly, I may have flaws that a person willing to put up with and willing to work with.
True.
And that's vice versa for them. And I just want to go back to the conversation we had last week
Oh,
about
yeah.
the young lady who got on that show with that man, and everybody was feeling like she was degraded. But where I feel like she went wrong is you call the show of a man that already is strong opinionated. He's already a millionaire. So you calling a millionaire asking about your status about being with millionaires. You never once talked about love, loyalty, respect, being organic. You said you couldn't submit to a man that didn't make 6 figures. My thing is, he a man. You know what I'm saying? If he make 20,000, I make 50,000. I'm pretty sure together we make good money together. At the end of the day, money can be made. Money can be made. We can come up with business ventures. We can do, but if the relationship is not intact, whether he makes 6 figures or not, or he can bring all this stuff to the table, if the organicness of the relationship and the respect and stuff is not there, you wasting your time.
Right. No doubt.
You wear your
No
6
doubt.
excuses. Period.
Exactly.
I don't
That's facts, though.
I don't get how now we so caught up in fantasy. We get people that match what we feel like will look good to other people, then what heals our spirit and allow us to be who we are and love us organically. You can keep all that. I can make 6 figures with you. We both working.
Yeah, that's the problem is people trying to get. Yeah, that's the problem. People trying to get someone that everybody else is going to be satisfied with. That's the problem. That'd be the problem.
Yeah, they worried about they worried about the exterior. That's why you get that. That's why we talked about last week about how you get the people that want them trophies that they can walk around with no substance.
Exactly.
Other than them looking good, they dumb as a box of rocks, and ain't nothing you could do with them.
At all.
Don't cook, don't do nothing, can't do nothing, ain't work a real job. They just cute.
Yeah, I agree.
And that's the thing we got to get out of. Like, I've been an equal opportunity for the longest.
All right, so you got another question for us? You got another question?
The question I wanted, the question I wanted out of the group was, let me go back to it. So now it just popped up on her other post, her other group. It was a question about the key thing. I'm trying to find it.
Oh, the key. Yeah. I got the one. Yeah, that was the question from Aisha.
Yeah, that's my cousin.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good one. Because I saw
that was a good one. And just the feedback on that one, I liked it.
Yeah.
I found it.
So that one was. Go ahead and read it to us.
So the question was, how long after dating should you move in together or let your mate have a key to your place? And I'm just going to kind of go through some of the comments just so you guys can kind of get a gist of what they were saying. So I think I made the first comment and I said, if you have kids, that's a whole different type of decision. And then people were talking about like the different rates of where a relationship is. So at what point would you give your mate a key, or at what point would you move in? And I had one person says depends on how long they've been dating, whether or not they should give keys or move in. And then my cousin put that this dude wanted the key and a baby with me. Like he wanted a key and wanted a baby with her. Like, what the hell? That was like random as hell. I don't know how long they've been dating, but it's just like I don't think that you should be asking that early on into the dating stage.
Right. Now somebody mentioned, I think Keela was the one that mentioned like a year. Oh no, like she mentioned 2 years. I think she said
she said she'd been in a relationship
for like 2 years. I think she mentioned something about 2 years and that would be okay. And I think it kind of went along with what some other people were saying about, going years into it. Not, or one guy mentioned that he was asked for a key within a year.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I've
But I think were
I've
you the one
dated
that made the
people.
comment about the kids? Because I was like, that was probably one of the.
I did. That was my first comment of it depends on if you have kids, because then that's a whole different ballgame.
Yeah.
Of letting somebody have carte blanche to your house, that means they can come and go as they please whenever they want. If you're working, you're not there all the time, stuff like that. So for me, personally, and it's a single parent, that's a whole different wave for me. I don't necessarily give people keys. I think in the houses that I've had, I gave one guy I was dating the key. I knew him for forever. And then my son's dad had a key to my house.
Right.
Those are the only dudes that I've ever given a key to my house other than the dude that I live with. But I just feel like, and even with me living with the guy, we dated for a year.
Okay,
and
so a year.
The only reason I moved with him was because that was during my homeless stage, and I was not trying to move with him. And he was like, "You not staying in the shelter?" And I'm like, "No, I'm really not trying. I'm trying to get my own shit." And he was like, "We can't. I don't feel right with us dating and you being in the shelter. Like that's not working for me." So after much fighting argument, like I argued with him for 6 months before he came and got me and was like, "Come get you, get your shit. Come on, we're going. Like we're not about to do this. We done."
Right.
No more argument. I let you fight it for 6 months. Get your ass over here, and I moved in with him.
So what do you think about that, Joy, in terms of that situation, and her being homeless, and then him deciding that he wants her to come live with him?
Well, he told me that the whole time.
Right. Now, how long had y'all been dating before you were homeless?
We was dating a year. I was living with my mother. And we were dating for a year. And I had a young daughter, and I was like, I like you. I stayed the night here and there, but I never really stayed the night with my daughter there.
Right.
So that was a big thing for me. I didn't stay, I would go to the house, but my daughter wouldn't come with me.
Right.
So now you're talking about just moving with you. And like I said, we argued about it for a good 6 months. And then finally he was like, there's no more argument. I don't want to hear it. Get your shit. We going.
Right. Indeed. Yeah. I mean, I think in that situation, I would probably feel the same way, especially after dating for a year. And if the relationship is going pretty good, I definitely wouldn't want you to be homeless. And, if I got that propensity to be with you like that, I would definitely say, hey, come live with me instead of being homeless, especially if I know that, you're not homeless just out of sheer, not taking care of your business, not doing what you're supposed to do. It's just a matter of just bad luck. Like in your situation, it was just, things just didn't line up. And then now you end up in that situation and that you're trying to work your way out of it. And, like you said, you fought it for 6 months trying to just saying, hey, let me do me, let me figure this out so I can get out of this on my own. And kudos and hats off. But I mean, after so long, I'm sure, that would be hard to deal with. Huh?
I said, he basically get your ass over here. We're not.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
What you doing? I ain't gonna say my girlfriend lived in the shelter. What the hell's wrong with you?
Yeah. Right. The comment that Keela made right here, she says, get to know the person out of living together first. And if I'm understanding that correct, she's talking about, you're moving your relationship along and you're like, hey, if we're gonna be together, maybe getting married, working towards marriage, definitely you want to see the person outside of the dating element. And I definitely agree with that.
Because you got to see what they look like, what they like. Because if y'all get, and that's the thing I don't like. I kind of question about too. Well, I get it in the sense of in the olden days that worked, but even sometimes that didn't work. You just met somebody, y'all dated, y'all never lived together, and all of a sudden y'all married, y'all live together.
Yeah, how do you really know?
Y'all gotta learn each other in that sense, y'all. That's back in the day where you didn't you just moved them, and now y'all just there.
I mean, I know the complaints about that especially from the older folks is you're living together, one out of wedlock, and then two out of the fact that it could go on forever, right? And I've seen that. I know a friend now that's 20 years into living with this same person, and they have no intents on being married, and I don't know if she doesn't want that.
What did Charlene say? You've been a roommate for 42 years, and now you want to get married? Time to get relationship advice.
Exactly.
Show me you got to be a roommate for 42 years. You can't be
Oh,
a roommate.
Dame said you got to be careful with moving in a homeless lover. Those squatters' rights may come back to haunt you if y'all not.
Lord Jesus.
But no, that's real though. But that's real. I've seen that happen to women trying to take guys in. Yeah, but I've seen that.
Everybody.
Yeah, but I've seen that happen to women that take guys in, and them guys don't want to go. You know, they want to be, you know, laid up in the woman's house. And she can barely get rid of them. You know, she's trying to figure out a brother, cousin, somebody that can get rid of them.
You know, I'm the kick out queen.
Yeah, no doubt.
You get invited to my party and you get thrown out. Like that's very
right.
Listen, we won't do that. But yeah,
sometimes they're not even homeless. They're just squatting.
I call guys like those are the guys you gotta be aware of too. It's not even just guys, it's females too. The hobosexuals, I call them the hobosexuals.
Yes.
Those are the ones that date people so they can live with them. And then they break up, they find somebody before they break up, they find somebody they can live with, so they're gonna leave you for somebody else that can have a place to stay. And when the time has come, some hobosexuals and found places to live.
Right. Yeah, no doubt. You back with us, Joy? I don't know if she's frozen or she's looking at something else. But I think that getting to know somebody, like you said, that's basically essential nowadays. We're in a social media age where you're getting a small picture of what a person is based on maybe posts and things they do on social media, or if you're just dating them and neither one of you are paying attention to social media, you're just getting that small picture. And we know that there's a lot of trauma in people's past. You know, there's a lot of issues in people's, psyches, and that we need to know more about who that person is, what they are really about on a day-to-day basis versus just seeing that, once a week or a couple of times a week, what they're showing us, that how my sister always puts it, the mask that they always
their job to work them versus the real them.
Exactly. Yeah. So I think did we lose Joy? I think we lost Joy again. I think she must be having some internet issues over there. Looks like Jasmine just said, what did Jasmine say? What's the point of marriage after living together for that long? You already getting all the and that's one of the complaints that a lot of the older folks have, is that these live-in relationships can go on forever. They can go on for years and years.
That's how you got them legally married with them. What's it called? It wasn't called legally married. It was called what?
Common law.
Common law marriages, because you've been there for 46 years living with somebody.
Exactly. But see, that's the thing. This is why you have to be also careful about the progress of your relationship. If you're in a relationship for 2, 3, 4 years, and if you're not talking about marriage, you may want to start reevaluating what are you really in. You know what I mean? Why even, especially once you're over 25, 30 years old, why are you even in a relationship for longer than 2 or 3 years if you're not talking about doing something more with that? Because at that point, y'all are just friends. They're just playmates. You know what I'm saying? So I think that being able to have a goal in the relationship, or have a goal out of this relationship that you're in, is what's important. So if you end up deciding that you're going to move in together, then you start to have a plan. Like, hey, we're going to move in together, and for 6 months or a year or year and a half,
we live together, and at the year we ain't married, we ain't gonna make it.
Exactly.
You're not gonna live with me forever.
It's nothing wrong with setting boundaries. It's nothing wrong with saying, I want more out of this than what this is looking like. You don't have to just stick around just for the sake of sticking around. Now, some people feel that way. They feel obligated like that. They feel like it's just companionship and sex. And it should not feel that way. If you're in a real relationship with somebody, you should be able to set boundaries. You should be able to set out, your requirements for that relationship. I like to tell people to do like a checkpoint. Checkpoint your relationship, especially early on, that first year or two. Checkpoint your relationship. Say, hey, how are we doing? What are we doing? How are we moving along? My fiance even told me one time, she was like, I don't feel like we're making progress. We're not doing X, Y, Z. And so it's like, when you get that reality check, then you have to realize, okay, what are we doing differently, or not differently? What are we doing wrong, or what are we doing right? Or, you have to checkpoint. You got to figure out And you have to figure out what's good for you. You know, regardless of what the other person wants, you have to figure out what's good for you and what's best for the relationship. And
Yeah, and
you
it's
know, if
funny
you
that you
feel like
said that
you're
because
wasting time or you're wasting precious moments in your life, move on.
and it's funny because I just posted that status. Remember, I put I know you saw it. I said, be honest, y'all think y'all really gonna get married? And I put highly doubted for me, no, not a sympathy post, just going off experience. How about you? Be honest. And I said, I'm probably gonna end up as somebody's special friend in their in their obit.
Not the special friend, right?
Cause you ain't married, you going like, are you okay with being a special friend? I don't want to be no fucking special friend.
Right,
Ain't
right.
nobody obit. I need to be married.
No doubt,
Like
no
the
doubt.
hell, because you know
Yeah,
you
I
can't
mean,
really.
I think that's the big thing. Knowing what you're getting out of the relationship, and where you're going. Let's see here. The next one I wanted to talk about is I don't know if I can show this properly because of the size of the screen or the size of the video. It's and of course I'm getting like 1,000 notifications. Something I hate about this. I don't know how to pause notifications on the website. But basically, there was a video that I posted. Actually, you know, I should be able to do this. Let me pull it up like this. And then I'm going, oh yeah, here it is. It's on Instagram. Okay. All right, that's even better. So give me a second. I'm going to share this screen. Oh, I see you now, Joy. Okay. Did you want to make a comment, Joy, about that question? I don't know if you heard it. You was trying to bounce around in there.
I didn't hear the question.
So the question was about the how long after dating should you move in together or let your mate have a key to your place? And we started to expound about the reasons why you should live together or reasons why not, you know, that kind of thing.
Well, you know what I said about being organic. Again, it depends on the nature of the relationship. I've did it, you know. I did the tattoo thing too, Sonny, twice. But the thing that when I was dating, I'm not gonna call him Lucifer. I don't want to scare nobody out the show, but because of how he took care of me and how I felt when I was dating him, when I lived on Abington, he had a key. You know, that was just what it is. You know, it was how I felt about the relationship at the moment. So it's all about, and we dated 4 years after that. So it's not like, and we had a house together after that. So
And
it
that's the
wasn't
comfortability
like,
level, though.
it's the maturity level and it's what you expect. I don't date like people date now. Like I'm kind of like made to be a wife. So when I feel like I'm safe, I do things that make me feel safe. You know, to have a man be able to come back and forth, or we not live together or we live together. If I'm not there, he can secure things in the house when I'm not around. So it's not like I don't feel like it's a timeline. Like, what y'all waiting for? Like, either y'all gonna be together or y'all not. So if y'all not gonna be together, then by all means keep your key. But now I keep the key.
Right, indeed. All right, so the next question I have is based on this video. So let me share this here. If I can.
Oh God, not Derek Jackson.
That video, no, that's not Derek Jackson.
No, it's not Derek Jackson. It's not Derek
Jackson. That's his cousin. They look just alike.
All right, here we go.
That's his cousin. Hold on.
Then my cash flow, then I also put out what I have going out inside of my budget because I am a single man and I'm dating for a purpose for marriage. You know, I do have a line item for business. That line item is not a lot. I'm not going to give you the particular number, but it's not that much. So about a few.
Let me start over. I think I got to unmute it. Could y'all hear it okay or no?
I can hear fine.
Let me try this.
Every single month, at the end of the month, I always, list in my cash flow. Then I also put out what I have going out inside of my budget because I am a single man and I'm dating for a purpose for marriage. You know, I do have a line item for date. That line item is not a lot. I'm not going to give you the particular number, but it's not So about a couple months ago, this young lady out, we went out to dinner. She texted me. She says, "Hey, first date was cool, but can we go to this particular restaurant next weekend?" I didn't respond because I wanted to go home and check my budget and make sure that, okay, I can afford it inside of my budget. So when I go home, I realized it's going to take me over that particular line item in my budget for dating. So I asked myself, all right, do I tell her the truth? Like, I was thinking about just lying, y'all, to be real. I was gonna be like, can't go, I'm busy. But then, you know what? The Holy Spirit said, no, don't lie. Show her the caliber of man that you are. So I sent her a text message that says, "Hey, unfortunately, I can take you out next weekend, but I can't take you to this particular restaurant because if I do, this will take me over my dating budget for the month. I will be more than happy to budget this in for next month if we are still dating." So I send it, and I got an iPhone. And then on the iPhone, y'all know how it happens. When they start typing, that big old bubble come up with a ... I'm thinking like, okay, cool, we good. Then the ... goes away, and nothing comes in. And I'm sitting there, I'm emotional, like, dang, did I just play myself? Dang, did she just play me? Y'all, she didn't text me for 2 months. She didn't return a phone call. She ain't do nothing. And I'm sitting here like, well, what the heck? How is she going to sit here and say, you know what? I can't respond to that because a man's going to stick to his budget. That's sad. So she seen me on a particular national show. Ain't gonna say who, but she seen me on TV. She sends me a text message and she says, "Hey, just seen you on such and such. How are you? What about that date?" I started typing and I really wasn't typing nothing. I just wanted her to see the ... and I didn't hit send. Because here's the thing, you can't play me and then honestly think I'm gonna come back to you after you've done me like that. What's the whole
So I
purpose?
said the same thing,
My
petty.
vision for my life and for my money, because I stuck to it, it actually blocked me from dating a particular young lady that probably wasn't healthy for me. So to anyone who's out there dating, when you have a budget, you stick to that budget. Your plan is your pathway to your future. You stick to that plan. You stick to the vision. Where there is no vision, that's where people perish. And I believe when we just go out there and just spin and let people manipulate us into changing our plan and our vision for our life, things happen. I could have took her to the restaurant. Honestly, I could have. I budget.
All right. So I mean, basically, we got the gist and the premise of what was going on there, and that he had his budget, he had his plan, and she decided that wasn't working for her, right?
I got
So,
an opinion. Well, actually, it's a real life experience. You know, when I dated Darnell, oh, dang, that's you. So when I dated Darnell, he came in a relationship based upon my previous relationship where I was well taken care of. I drove good, I lived good, I ate good. I was actually dating and courted with this man because he watched me for a while and waited till our relationship was broke up. He had these unrealistic standards for me. But if you know me for real, like my favorite dating place is Dave and Buster's. But the man I was dating was very upscale. So he didn't do that. We went to nice places, nice restaurants. We ate good. We did a lot of, things together. He literally went broke trying to date me. Well, he didn't have to. Like nothing that he gave me, I asked for. So if your budget is according to this, let's date according to your budget. Because money can always be made. Another reason why I divorced my ex-husband is because I dated my friends. Like I never cheated, but I hung out with the Will and I hung out with the Phil because he never thought that taking me to a park or taking me here because he wasn't financially stable made our relationship fail. And I know that men in their minds think that money allows you to be in love, and that's not true, because when you offer up something that you can't continue to keep, it becomes where a person fall in love with your hand and not your heart. So once Darnell can keep that lifestyle with me, he ridiculed me for that. He made me feel like, oh, I'm dry asking or I'm a gold digger. You don't have any gold to dig. So don't ever put me in a position to make me feel like what you gave me is what I asked you for. You should have asked me what my ideal date was. And when I told him, he told me that was petty. Okay, let's go where you want to go. Let's go where you want to go. And at the end of the day, he could not keep up.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't ask you for none of that. I live good. I take care of myself. So if you don't know that, once again, going back to being organic, if you don't know the intimacy of the person that you're dating, especially when I told him about my previous relationship, I said I would never go back to dating a man that's based upon image and finance. I made that very clear. So you chose what you chose for me, and you got played. So at the end of the day, I have no remorse.
No doubt, no doubt. Sonny?
Well, I feel like I said this in the post. I feel like the way he went about it, I did not like. He could have made a phone call. I would have took a. I mean, texting it is great too, but I feel like that was a phone call conversation because maybe the conversation would have went better. And even if she was who she tried to be, then you would have learned that at some point.
But why
I'm
wait,
a person
Sonny?
of.
But why wait? I don't think his approach was wrong, but what he asked
No,
me,
I don't think. I just feel like for me, certain conversations should be either face to face or a phone conversation. Don't text me certain conversations. That's because for me, text messaging conversation can always get misconstrued and there's no explanation behind it.
Mm-hmm.
That conversation, if he really felt not that he didn't, he felt the way about that, and he really wanted her to get where he was coming from. That's a verbal conversation. That's not a text conversation, and that's just my preference. That real conversations are face to face. They're not like me and my daughter or whoever I'm going through stuff with. Us texting each other is not going to work. If we got a problem, I need you either going face to face or we're going to talk. We're not about to do no text messaging. That's just how I feel about it.
But what he learned about that was that you can be left on hold or left on red.
And that's the thing.
Like you know what, I'm not about to argue about this. I'm just gonna leave it where it's at.
Yeah, and that's for me, like I said, that's why I said certain conversations I feel warrant either a verbal conversation or a face-to-face conversation. That way you can see. Because if he had that in her face, he could see her reaction and going about his business. If he had it to her verbally, he could have heard her hesitation and then knew what it was from there without her really saying too much and got just kept on pushing it. It would have made no wondering. He wouldn't have felt any type of way. He wouldn't have been in his. I mean, he could have been in his feelings, but you would at least known that her reaction was what it was, and that's it.
But can I say this? Can I just say this?
Yeah.
And I agree with you, Sonny. But let's go back to the beginning factors where we talked about a man being able to save money and be on a budget. If that's what you're looking for, then there you go.
Absolutely, and that's why
my going to Chris this week. We gonna go. I'm a cook or I'm gonna do this. But my thing is when you organically love somebody's presence, it don't matter where you at. We could be at the dollar store. And
that's where I'm at with it. I feel like
it feels good, but what she was looking for to me in translation, what she was looking for was somebody that can spend on her.
Mm-hmm. And that's the problem I have, though.
That's the problem I have too. My dad is a straight up provider. Like he do what he do with how he do things. But when I was growing up, my dad, I don't remember the financial things that my dad did. I remember the times and the dates and the stuff. Like my dad never drove a car. So we would catch the bus downtown to the Renaissance building to go see my mom. You know, in the summertime when she was working or he worked midnights, and the sacrifices that he made, I remember that. So that's why when it comes to respecting a man and how he operates and how he thinks, go along with what your character and your integrity is. He didn't say he couldn't take her out. He did not say that.
And that's what my point was. That's my point was. It's not that he was, and that's why I agree with you. I feel like I said, for me, I want the face to face or the verbal conversation. I wouldn't want that to text. At the same time, I'm not that person that's about to break a dude's pockets. I'm all for the 2 for $20, the 2 for $25, or if we go to an expensive restaurant, I'm gonna be mindful. Like I said, I don't go out on dates without having money in my pockets myself.
Right.
So and it's not that say that he's gonna make me pay or anything, but I'm just always ready. I'm always having money just cause. You just never know. What if I like this nigga at the beginning in the middle of the day and I want to leave? I'm paying for my shit. I'm out. But for me, it's like I felt like, and I pulled that on the post. I felt like in that situation, if they had that face to face or that verbal conversation, she could have heard what he said, and if she really wanted to go to the restaurant, she could have offered to take them.
Right.
Now, for her, she probably wasn't trying to do that, But that's the type of person I am. Like if I say,
Yeah.
hey, I want to go here, we going. I ain't asked you about your money. I ain't asked you what you spending money. I said I want to go here, we going here. Period. It has nothing to do with your money because I ain't like if I ask you, that's how I feel. If I ask you out on a date, that means I'm spending.
Right.
But if
So
I want to go somewhere, I'm spending. If I want to go somewhere and you want to pay, it's gonna be understood that okay, well you want to pay, all right. Well next time we go on a date, I'm going or I'm paying. Like I've done
right.
that. I've been the girl that took the dude out on a date. A dude took me to like a little restaurant. It wasn't like expensive or like that, whatever. And I took him to a baseball game.
Yeah. So
That was
this is
like
my
I'm not sitting there worried about what the money is. I'm not trying to break nobody's pockets. I want to have a
right.
good time, and the good time doesn't mean the amount of money you spend on me.
Right. So I
But her
think that's a
intention was clear once she seen him on that show and she texted him.
Exactly, because
right.
at
Yeah.
that point it confirmed what he believed.
Yeah. So I think that was the biggest thing. There was two things happening there, and I think that the point that you made, Sonny, about the conversation that could have been had over the phone was valid in the sense of he could have heard her reaction better. He could have gotten her actual feelings at the time, and she could have maybe understood more if he had an opportunity to explain, right? But I think part of the problem, one, in terms of the text message, and I honestly, to be brutally honest, Joy, you've told me this in the past, is that sometimes you take what people say and things that they've done, their actions, and you bundle up basically a picture of who that person is, right? A lot of times it's the action. And one thing that stood out to me when I watched that video a second and third time was that it seemed like at the very beginning he had already hit a strike one. I think whatever that initial date was, she was already not 100% satisfied because the comment he made the comment he made was something to the effect of, this was nice, this was cool from her perspective. This was nice, this was cool, but on our next date, let's go here. And I think from a perspective of the women that I know and the women that I talk to on a regular basis, like Joy, like Weasel, like Alicia, like, there's certain perspectives that women take from the actions that we do. And when we do certain actions, and then even if they give us an opportunity to kind of turn that around and we don't, they'll move on. And I think that's what happened. I think she was already like, you know what? He already struck out on this first one. Not struck out, but he already hit a strike. So I'm gonna give him an opportunity to get this right. And then he turned around and said this. And I think she missed the point of what he was doing, but she wasn't getting what she wanted. And she was like, you know what? Too many red flags, let's move on. And then she just let it be. She didn't respond. She probably did actually write some stuff. She probably wrote maybe a paragraph. She probably was like, look, if you're going to do this, you're going to blah, blah, blah. She probably had the whole thing written out. And it was like, you know what? It's not worth it. And moved on. And I think that, like you said, when she saw more, was doing more, was probably making comments that, like I said, whatever, when he was on the show, he's probably saying more or doing more to the effect of things that she probably was digging. She probably was like, oh, wait, maybe he does have a little bit more to offer. Maybe he does have a little bit more in his head than I realized. And that's why she reached out to him again. But I think that initial was not really her being dismissive of his budget. I think it was her being dismissive of his actions. Like you said, the strikeout on the date, and then the fact that he texted her that information about the budget, and she probably was like, you know what, you're not ready to date. If you got this going on and you can't do this with me, you're not ready for me.
Yeah, I guess I can understand it from that point, but I just feel like for her hitting him up during after seeing him on the show, I feel like that's a red flag.
No, I mean, no doubt. I mean,
if the date and like it could have been. I've known females to do the trial and error. The dude messed up the date. Let me try it again.
I don't really know how. At first I felt the same way, but now because I reanalyzed what happened at the beginning, I really kind of think that it's possible. Not to say that it is, just but that it's possible that she could have seen more of who he really was in that show and was like, you know what, maybe it was more to this than I realized. Maybe there was more to him than I thought. I think there was that possible opportunity because I mean, women aren't stupid, but they also not all women are going to sit there and let you make 50 million mistakes either. Some women are already going to have their guard up, and they're going to have their borders up, and they're going to be like, if you don't cross this border or if you break this rule for me, I'm done. I'm moving on. Like I said, Joy has done that. She's told me that. She'll give a guy a first chance. She ain't giving a guy a second chance.
Yeah. I don't know if I ever, and now I'm thinking about it, have I ever gave a guy a second chance? I mean, I've had, I would have given him a second chance. It didn't work out, but I had a guy.
But think about it. The woman did give him a second chance. She said, look, this was cool, but let's do this next time. And he said, no, I can't do that because XYZ, which, like we said, everybody agrees. His reasoning for why he didn't do it was good. I don't know if you heard me, Joy, but what I was saying when you dropped off was that I've seen you and many other women not give a guy a second or third chance to screw something up a second and third time. And I think that the approach that she might have been taking is, I've given you this opportunity and you blew it, but I'm gonna give you the second opportunity, and then he blew it again. And not that she was being dismissive of the budget, she was being dismissive of his continued action to not really know how to
communicate that to her.
I got a theory on it.
But to your point, Sonny, she couldn't get that communicated through a text message. And she probably was like, you know what? I'm not about to have this text message conversation with him because he don't know what he's doing.
That's why I said sometimes the disconnect for me, like I said, for me getting that text, I would have called him.
You know what?
Right.
I'm calling you.
Right, Keila,
and let's have this conversation. Make it make sense because these are
Keila, I fully agree that he didn't say never, he didn't dismiss it. But I think that if we take it from the standpoint, let's take it from the standpoint of a woman who has high standards and who is like, you know what, I have these requirements, and I'm not about to play games with a guy who isn't ready to date, and then as well as isn't ready to date the way I want him to date.
He got no type of woman that
be it good or bad that this is her stance. But let's just take it from that stance. If she was like, I'm already dissatisfied with this first opportunity I gave him, now I'm going to give him another opportunity, but I'm going to coach him, and then he kind of shot that down. Not to say he shot it down completely, he didn't, but he shot it down. It was like, oh no, that's not going to work for me. I think what she did was she and just walk away. I think that's a possibility. Not to say that it happened, not to say that she was right, but that this was a possibility. This was a possibility.
Yeah, but take it a step back further. When he met her, how'd you meet her?
True that.
If you knew, like to Joy's point, if you saw this girl, you saw what she was accustomed to. You can't date a girl that's super high maintenance. Think you're gonna get off with a Mickey D's lunch and dinner. Like right. You know what you should know. If you checking for this female, you pay attention to what they like and what they don't like. You know what female you're getting. So don't be surprised when she responds the way she's supposed to. Like if you that's like you see me, I'm down to earth, I'm cool, I'm relaxed. I'm not a big money thing. So with me, you ain't gotta do all the extras, just a normal, simple, thoughtful shit works for me. But if I'm high maintenance, extremely high maintenance, and I'm high maintenance, some high maintenance girls, they high maintenance.
Yeah, true that.
They ain't high net, so you know exactly what you're gonna get. So if you attract to that and then you get that, that's what you get.
Right.
You knew what you was walking into.
Yeah.
So like I said, for me, I was lost upon the communication part of the text messaging. Right. And I felt like let's
take Dame's comment. Go ahead, Dame.
I see Sonny's point. I mean, on the whole thing went wrong because she gave him a chance. They went on a date. Obviously, she liked him. Obviously, liked the date, but she wanted to go somewhere else differently. And she gave him an opportunity to say, "Hey, I want to go somewhere here. Can we go here?" And to Sonny's point, that could have warranted a phone call because she was like, "No, she don't know everything through text message. You miscommunicate through text message a lot of times. The emotional connection is wavelengths. She probably didn't understand that he's on a budget for himself to go on. He's trying to better himself. I wish I learned this when I was younger. to budget myself on dates. Long time. You know how much money I wasted going to meet Pueblo? So
Right, exactly.
hey, but the food was fire though. But you know, you don't have to go to McDonald's. No, he could have probably said, no, babe, no, I want to go here with you on the phone. They could have communicated right back and forth real quick. You could have got the emotional aspect on that part. But it just looked really bad on her end that she saw him on TV. No, that's a red flag right there. That's what really made it look really suspicious on her part. Maybe she just didn't want to do that. Maybe she thought that on his end that he wasn't really ready to date because you got to save up for a date. Where most people just go out. Well, most people just go out. You know what I'm saying? They don't save up for dates. That's unheard of.
Right. Yeah, no doubt. I think, and I think that, and that's why I say I think that's why it got miscommunicated to Sonny's point, because he didn't get on the phone with her and say, look, this is what's going on. This is what I'm doing. I'm doing something different. I'm doing something bigger and better. She didn't understand that. I'm sure she didn't get that from that text message. I'm sure it wasn't that.
And that's why I said I feel like certain conversations warrant. It's just not a text message conversation. Whether you're having a piece, like you're fixing things to a broken situation, whether it's certain communications, definitely I feel like if somebody texts me some shit right now and I feel like it's a conversation, let me call you in a minute. We're not about to have this conversation through text message.
Right, no doubt.
We're not going to do that.
Yeah, and Keela, you're right. Her leaving him on red was definitely a red flag, because she should have texted him back. She should have said, you know what, that's not going to work for me, or tell him something other than just blowing him off completely. She ghosted him.
That's ghosting at its finest.
Exactly. She ghosted him. She left him on red. Joy, did you have another comment? You there with
us? That's me at Grown Folk Talk Radio.
Right, yeah.
Let's say you're backstage. Can you hear me?
Yo, say it again. I'm sorry.
I just don't like her whole intent, her whole actions. If he wasn't what you want on a first date, why go to a second one?
True.
If he didn't take you where you thought you wanted to go, or he didn't treat you the way you wanted to be treated, my thing is you set yourself up as a glutton for punishment. What were you looking for?
Yeah.
To test his financial ability and not.
Oh, shoot.
Did you kick her out?
No, I didn't kick her out. It just dropped all of a sudden.
Yeah. Right, Lakia, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with her too. And she
I don't think I gave
set up for failure. Yeah, it was set up for failure. You're trying to give him that second chance anyway. So yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever gave a second chance. If you screwed up royally, it's like, yeah, no.
I think she was feeling him, because why would a girl? I'm sorry. Why would you waste your time going out on a date with somebody else if you don't like them? So I think she was trying to
go out the same way we post in the group. People go out for free meals.
Well, I know that part, but
and she could have been one of the people that want to go out for a free meal and not have to pay out of her own pocket.
Yeah. No doubt. All right. Do we have time for one more question, or we want to wrap it up? Because we're 11:20.
We got time for one more.
One more. All right. So we're gonna go with a quick and easy one. We're gonna go quick and easy. And that was so I want to discuss the responses to this one in terms of the question that Dame posted, or the post that Dame made. And I thought this was funny because I didn't expect some of these responses. Yeah. So it says, ladies, you're arguing with your man. He tells you to calm down. You get louder. And then out of nowhere, he sprays you with the water bottle and says, what you doing next? So so when I first saw this post, I was like, what the heck? Like, what kind of mess is that? But then I was shocked, because I guess the consensus was really pretty good when it came to, how people kind of felt about it. There was a lot of good responses.
He said funny memes.
Yeah, well, yeah. But I think also oh no, you know what? I take that back. I thought it was in ours because, like you said, Sonny, we get rid of a couple of these. So I saw this posted somewhere else. So a couple people, she said I might start swinging without thinking. I thought that was really funny. Somebody else had posted this little meme with this girl hitting at him. This one getting so somebody else had posted in this in another group, and a bunch of responses were like, "Oh, we having a water war. Oh, I'm spraying you back." There was some that was like, I want a guy who, like he was just saying, I want to meet a guy like that. Like they want that funny, crazy response. That
who would think that? I think no, but that's like that's playing with fire because for a female, like it's like. I just said I had something to somebody else. I'm like, it's always when the argument happens or something like that happens, and you expect certain things to happen. Like if we so say if me and Joy get into an argument, right? Mm-hmm. What she's expecting, like what she may expect for me to call her a bitch, a hoe, and all these other names, right?
Right.
But when you say something that completely left field, like I have like my big thing is calling people unproductive. The unproductive, like I don't call you a bitch, I call you an unproductive female. Like or a raggedy ass. Like that's what I do. I call you unproductive.
How long it take you to come up with that? That's me.
Nah, I just know that's my go-to. That's not like I swear to God, no lie, that's my shit. Like anybody can tell you, if anything I argue you, bitch, you raggedy, tell you unproductive ass female. Like that's how I'm calling you. Like because they're expecting you to call them a bitch. They're not expecting you to come with some old like some other shit. Like I gotta try that. Just call it unproductive because
go to work. No, wait.
Oh, see now, Jasmine Roberts. She said that she was one. That was a similar response to some stuff I saw on the other group. She says that he's going to catch these hands, but then she says she's also probably going to spray them with the sinkholes and probably start laughing. And I mean, that was it was like so. Like some people, there was a few
that shit would be funny.
Some people
that would be
exactly
funny.
Yeah. Some people
took it. You ready to fight?
Yeah, right. True that.
Yeah.
True that.
Like, like random as hell. Who would do that? Like you sitting there arguing and like, who the fuck am I, dog or a cat? Like, what you doing, bitch? What you doing? The fuck you ain't spraying no cat from off of crashing your couch? What the fuck is you doing? Like, I got a whole fucking attitude.
So I used to argue with this guy. Like I used to date this guy, argue with him. He'd be like, "Joy, you know what? God bless you."
Oh yeah, that's my coworker thing. She said I got bless you. That means fuck off.
Yes.
Right.
So now what you gonna say about God blessing you? What you gonna say? You and God got me fucked up. What you gonna say?
Yeah.
Right.
That's why I said my words will always be unproductive ass. You unproductive ass. Something.
Jasmine said Dame is known for throwing her off when she start popping off at the mouth.
So, Dame always says some weird shit anyway. So
Dame probably say something random like, bitch, I hate you, blah blah. Hey, the tea in the water? What? What?
Right.
I can see Dame.
What's wrong with that? What's wrong with that?
We about to the dog is in there cooking eggs. What?
Right. Exactly.
Dame gonna get stabbed. See, Dame
get this work for sure.
You know, get stabbed. Like, what you say to me? You asked me with the dog lifting weight. The fuck?
What?
Bitch, I'm mad. What you mean you the dog lifting weight? Damn, I'm tired of you.
Then my slick dog would be like, you need to go join the dog. Go live with the dog. Because you got
Dame will say some more weird shit like that. Like,
right, exactly.
See, I'm different. Like I say some stupid shit. Like I said, I don't even call people ugly. I call them unfortunate looking.
Yeah, Keela said that she wouldn't do anything at that moment, but she would plot a play for revenge.
Oh, so yeah, I'm pretty
sure somebody's getting drowned in the bed.
No, Lakila. This is the best way to get a nigga, right? So this is let me tell you, I ain't shit. I'm petty, right? So he do some shit like that to you, right? Just let him mind his business. Now, what you're gonna do is cut all the fucking, the tongues of his shoes. Just cut them. Just right down the middle. There's no reason.
She kind of get beat up.
Just cut them down the whole. Cut them down center.
Sonny trying to have domestic abuse in the house.
Leave the shoelaces. It's just stupid shit that you gotta do. Like.
Let me tell you about this lady on this court show.
Huh?
This lady on this court show husband kept cheating. I love this lady. I would love to meet her in person. He kept cheating. She from the South. So
I've seen that.
You seen that? So
she'll
like put some flour on top of the door. So when he come in, the flower drop on his head. Then one time she put needles in the bed. He got in the bed. That nigga laid on 15 thumbtacks. The snake topper was this. He came in with that lying, cheating stuff. She was in the kitchen boiling hot water.
They're not gonna have flip flops. I'm just cutting the tongue. She wasn't even cutting the whole shoe. I'm just cutting the tongue of the shoe right down the middle.
That's too much. I gotta pay for that shit later. That's too much. But listen,
I ain't gotta pay for it. Listen, I do listen.
She was boiling hot water, right? And she arguing with him. She boiling hot water the whole time. But she go to the kitchen and put some cold water in the pot. Now he don't know it ain't the hot water. So they arguing. She chased him outside.
That's some shit I would do.
She chased him outside. He was like, you know what? Just throw the water on me. And she threw it was cold. Nigga, I'm gonna mess you up.
Oh my God.
Your cheating tail.
Right.
I'm gonna tell you how petty I was.
That's my auntie. To this day, I respect her because she mentally tortured him.
No, I'm gonna tell you what I did that was so petty. I'm gonna tell you the extreme pettiness I've been like. This is the most extreme petty I've been in my entire life. Now, I mean, I tell you, I live with one dude, right? So we broke up. He was cheating, and he told this girl that I ain't had no place to go. Blah blah blah. This and the third. I couldn't leave because of XYZ. He called me one day, thought he was on some bullshit. I'm gonna bring her to the house. I said, "Oh, you are?" He like, "Yeah." I'm like, "All right, bring her." Calm. I was relaxed and everything. His friend came over and said, "Come over, watch the show." So I'm an asshole. You know what I did? As soon as he pulled up, mind you, I had cars there outside. I was moving my shit. This nigga looked at me like, "What you doing?" Have a great day. Like I move my shit. You know, she gonna tell me I wouldn't let him treat you like this. Blah blah blah. I said, "Hold on 1 second, sweetheart." I got my keys. Took the keys off the keychain. I said, "Listen, take these keys. I'm about to show you something." Mind you. And I said, if he's smart, don't say shit to him. She like, what? I said, don't tell him I gave you my keys. Just here. So she had to go to the back. So hold on. So hold on. So let me listen. It get better. So then he talking hella shit. Blah blah blah. Like, why you leaving? He crying because he's trying to figure out why I'm leaving, but he's trying to talk shit at the same time, trying to act like he's not crying. So she has to go to the bathroom. I took everything I paid for. That included the toilet seat, the shower curtain, the toothpaste, the toilet tissue that I bought, everything that was not pork because he don't eat pork. All the unpork products I took everything I fucking paid for out that house. When she had to go to the bathroom, it was no fucking toilet tissue. He's like, I gotta go to the store. He was so scared he didn't want to leave her with me.
Wow.
So when he left her with me, that's when I gave her the key. He came back. Toilet tissue, she got to use the bathroom, whatever. So I left. He cried. He like, don't leave. Why you gotta leave? Blah blah. I said, he ain't got nowhere to go.
He was a weak ass bitch. Ain't no way.
No, hold on. So
no situation. Look at
that. So hold on. It gets better, right? It gets better.
Yeah, no way.
He's crying like, why you leaving? I left. Whatever. I got in the car and left. I said, no, you did this, so I'm the out. So he like, I don't want you to go back where you was at. I'm like, I'm good. I'm gonna go back there, whatever. So I left. Half an hour later, he at my mama's house like, can you please come back? We can talk. You left Zaria bare. Talk about my daughter. I left her bare. So I said, I'm gonna come. I said, I don't know if I'm gonna come. Blah blah. He kept asking me to come. He said, I'll give you some head. I'm like, oh okay. Because he gave amazing head. I'm on the way. I said, matter of fact, can you call me a cab or you gonna come get me? He said, I high packed toilet seat because I took that bitch off. First of all, I'm Mr. Fix It. I took that shit off. I took that shit off. Right? Listen, I took that shit off. And look. I took everything I paid for. I fucking including cleaning products, right? So he called
and the cleaning products. No, not the cleaning product. That's real petty, right there.
I took all of it. I took everything I paid for out of that house. So now fast forward to I'm telling him he asked me to keep coming. So I'm like, all right, well then you gonna pay for my cab for me to come back over there? He like, yeah. I'm like, all right, I packed me and Zaria back. I'm like, you going back over there? Yeah, I'm gonna go back over there. So I came, mind you, we live in an apartment complex, right? So it's like 3 keys to get into our house, to our apartment. So I bring his friends outside. They all like feeling music, blasting, whatever. I'm like, he in the house. They like, yeah. So he come down and let me in, not realizing that I ain't use my kit.
Right.
So I done put Zaria to bed in her old room, made her little, bed, put her in her room, put my work clothes in the room, whatever. And I came out, his friends talking, we all talking. I'm acting like everything cool. We cool, we chilling. He like, come sit in my lap. I'm like, okay. So I'm sitting on his lap, all extra and shit. Don't you know, when I walked in, I locked the door, top and bottom lock. So we sitting there and I see the top lock move. I said, okay. I knew she was going to show up. As soon as she showed up, I was like, oh, hey, Latoya, how you doing? Hi, girl. sat back down on his lap. He's feeling like a deer in headlights, trying to figure out what the hell just happened. She like, why is she here? I'm like, yeah, why am I here? She like, why? Who let her in? I said, yeah, who let me in? I said, she got a key. I said, no, I don't. She got my key. How I get in? How I get in? Please explain me how I got in here, because I ain't got no key. She got my key. You got my key, right? Yeah, I got her key. How I get in? It's 3 doors to get up in here.
I'm pretty sure he's caught at that point.
Yeah, he's in there.
He is so weak.
No, she like, he over like, she hollering at him. She like, what you here for?
Well,
I said,
we got to show up. It's 11:35.
Oh. You want to finish my story?
All right, Sonny. Huh?
All right, he won't let me finish my story. It's okay.
I thought you were.
No, because it was more shit that happened, but you know.
It's more shit. We'll get to
more shit. I was like
in the next edition of
Sonny being petty.
Petty Crockers, next edition.
Petty Crockers.
When you play petty, we take toilet seats.
PettyCrocker.com.
I know the next adventures of the
Petty on deck. W.
I said I got don't let me get petty. I got PhD in it. Don't sign me up for it. I'll be chilling.
Sonny does indeed.
Let me tell you about your best friend before we go into the show. He gonna try to say some shit about some tattoos because you know how I tattoo a nigga. And he gonna try to say that shit and say, I want to talk about your personal business. Oh, fuck you, Will.
Oh, not talking about your
personal business. Just to let the world know, both of my tattoos is covered up. So take that.
Wait.
Yeah, we talked about that too. We talked about how do you feel about covering up the tattoos? So make sure y'all watch the replay.
I felt liberated.
Right.
Wait,
yes, sir.
Wait,
yes, sir.
Will. Joy can't be your best friend.
Will trying to end the show. He don't want to talk about it no more.
Yeah, because he busted. What, Dane? What you about to say? Slow. Come on.
Slow. You don't want to be an IEP.
You tried it.
Oh, he
I'm gonna let you be great today. I'm gonna let you be great, Dane. But go ahead and say that slow ass comment. Come on.
Go ahead, Sonny. Tell us where we can find you at before David get buried.
Get on the after show so I can cuss him out, Sonny.
Right. I am. It's your girl Sonny. I am Sonny _D. Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, and TikTok. I just did a revamp of the Miss Savage on my TikTok, so go check that out. Got mad views on that one, and also visit me on my blog, unreservedlyme.com. Bye, guys.
Make sure y'all catch our boy Smooth. He couldn't be with us tonight, so make sure y'all keep Smooth in your thoughts. He can be found at eTrentonGroomy on Twitter, or visit him at akingstruth.com. He could definitely be caught there, and check out all of his great poems, his great articles, and all that good stuff. So definitely check out Smooth over there. That's my best friend right there. What up, Shan? And then it's your boy Willie Styles. I'm in the building. Make sure you get at me at Willie Styles everywhere. I'm Willie Styles on IG, Twitter, and on TikTok. I'm Willie.Styles on Snapchat, Willie Styles 94 on Twitch, or you can visit me over at stylesradio.com for all the hot tracks I'm listening to this week, or get at me at williestyles.info for all my links. So make sure y'all do that. And as always, you can catch us everywhere. 24/7, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Stitcher, Google Play Music, Apple Podcasts, Twitch, Facebook, YouTube. We are dropping Blog Talk Radio very soon. Me and Sonny.
I just paid for them. We better keep them for the rest of this month, for the month.
Yeah, I got you. You gotta tune in at 10 o'clock when we start, Shan.
Yeah, we start at 10.
But you can catch the replay. Don't worry. The replay plays immediately. So definitely check out the replay right here on YouTube, right here on Facebook Live, right here on Twitch. Definitely check out the replay. It will replay immediately. So don't go anywhere. You can see all the greatness that we just talked about. And I think that's pretty much it. We will catch y'all in 7 days. Don't forget, make sure y'all check us out next week. We'll be doing the year in review. GFT Radio Show.
Thank God.
No, we got to talk. Hey guys, it's your girl Sunny D, 1/3 of the podcast GFT Radio Show.
What up, though? It's your boy Willie Styles from the GFT Radio Show. just letting you know you can catch us every Monday night, 10 p.m. Eastern.
And to get some merch, I got some on right now. Go to teesprings.com/stores/GFT Radio.
Grown Folk Talk Radio. Join the conversation. Let's have some fun. Holla.